the melody of different instruments, a new style of an ancient music composition. The sound of the steppe is eternity, and the history will never end. Watch the program Sounds of the Great Steppe on Kazakh TV. There is power in the cue compositions. You may know it from any cue compositions. A magnificent composition of Toka Shonman Uli is the mirage of two strings. It sounds to the listeners as a telling of repentance and yearning.
Bize kүй әлемінде мектептерге бөлінеді. Соның ішінде арқа мектебінің көрнекті өкілі Тока Шонманұлы.
The cue composition world is divided into different cue schools. Toka Shonman Uli is a representative of the Arka cue school. His cue composition is unique. If you listen to any of his cues, you can notice the deep meaning of the compositions.
Жана сагым коспосо да тартканым ол күйдөн де кыскача айта кететін болсам, тарихын. Бунда
They bring you to the philosophy of thoughts. If we'll tell the history of the composition, The Mirage of Two Strings, an old man lived in the village. He had one son and one grandchild, and one day he lost both of them. He was longing about their death as he said, "I am lonely without progeny." It is also a deep sadness.
Соған енді қайырады. Не істеймін? Ұрпақсыз қалдым ғой деп. Ол да бір қасірет қой. Содан
Toka saw this story and produced this cue composition. The composition is full of longing. Toka's cue compositions corresponds to the character of the Arka people, and Tatimbet's cue compositions are described as the Arka region's people's character.
Енді Токаның күйлері енді Арқаның азаматтарының болмыс бітіміне сондай тән. Олардың мысалға соны Тatimbetті алып қарасақ та, оның күйлерінің арқа адамдарының болмыс бітімін айқындайтын күйлер.
There are enough compositions about mothers, and Tuligin Mambekov's cue composition was written for the dearest mothers. It is a steppe cue composition. The singularity of Karatau steppe composition, every fret plays loudly. There is not any other sound or extra syllable.
Төлеген өзі сонау Қаратау күйшілік мектебінің көрнекті өкілі. Бұл кісінің сонау ғана Сөгір бабамыздың шәкірті.
Төлеген is a representative of the Karatau Cue School. He is a student of the grandfather Sugir. Tulegen's cue compositions are magnificent, as people from Karatau region are talented. And we can notice it from his cue compositions.
Мінездері. Соны күйге жаңағындай осы күй Төлегеннің күйлерінен байқауға болады да. Жаңағындай болмыс бітімдерін. Онда бұл жаңағы
One of the first of his cue's compositions is For My Mother. When a cue player came to his home, he saw his mother was sick, and he produced this cue composition. There are a lot of cue compositions of his as 1,000 Horses, Steppe of Karatau, Saltanat, which are magnificent.
Қаратау шертпесі, салтанат, жоқтығы биік күйлер.
Jibek is a cue player who has put his effort to add a new cue school. Jazgad is one of the compositions where it is full of philosophy of his thoughts. His music compositions as a novel. Constantly it can be read not only from the note pages, but also letters can be read as well. His cue compositions play through the strings and will produce a new musical composition, and it is not difficult to understand his cue compositions. The Jazgir composition's melody is not conceding. It sounds deep and great.
Өзі кітабында жазады жаңағындай философиялық ұғым былайша айтқанда бұл күйде. Өзім жазғардың қарап тұрсаңыз жаздың кезі қар болмайды.
He wrote on his book, it is a philosophy composition. As an example says in the title of the Jazgad composition, there's not any snow on the summer. And from here we can see the philosophy of thoughts. Sakien delivered the 20th century Kurmangazi and Daulet Kure's cue compositions. There's a longing and yearning in the cue composition, and the difficulties of the life have been expressed in the cue composition.
Екі ғасырдың тұлғасы ғой ешқандай. Бұл кісі күйлері өте өзіндік қолтаңбасын қалдырған. Ешкімге ұқсамайды. Бөлек. Болмыс бітімі бөлек тұлға. Енді ол кісінің иірімдеріне мен тоқталып айтқым келеді. Өте ерекше.
As he was a great cue player of both centuries, his cue compositions have their own signature. They are different from other compositions. I would like to stop on his cue composition structure. Constantly, his compositions are not as the others, and they are as from a different world. Sakien's cue composition requires deep sounds. For example, you are not to just play with the strings of the dombra. Listeners will not be able to listen to it. That's why his cue composition should be played with the soul. Then the listeners will understand this cue composition.
Тыңдарман қауым оны түсінеді.